Waddle then gobbled for the gaggle and then made way for the President of the United States.
The turkeys being pardoned today go by the names of Gobble and Waddle. When I first saw their pictures, I thought we should send them, well, I shouldn't say this. I was gonna call them Chuck and Nancy. But then I realized I wouldn't be pardoning them. I would never pardon those two people. I wouldn't pardon them. I wouldn't care what Melania told me. Darling, I think it would be a nice thing to do. I won't do it, darling.
I like when he takes us inside his relationship. Darling, why do you throw up when I open my robe? Why do you do it?
Kim Jong-un has state stenographers who follow him everywhere and scribble his genius ideas into their notebooks and applaud. Well, Republicans, that's you now. Republican Congressman Addison McDowell wants to name Dulles Airport after Trump. It'll be like other airports, except the international terminal only has departure.
No one woke up expecting to witness history today, yet somehow, here we are, standing inside a moment the internet may never recover from. Jimmy Kimmel and Bill Maher teamed up like two sarcasm superheroes and unleashed a storm of jokes on Trump so massive it could power every neon sign in Las Vegas for a week. The laughs didn't just echo, they ricocheted. Even the cameraman had to choke back a grin. It was brutal, unfiltered, and almost artistic in its destruction. But there's one moment, one explosive instant, that the internet has already turned into a cultural landmark. You're about to see exactly why people can't stop replaying it. Buckle in, we're diving deep.
It's not like Trump doesn't care about people. I mean, he has a lot of empathy. He's feeling especially bad right now for the family of the newly decrowned Jeffrey Epstein pal, the now former...
Jimmy Kimmel erupts into the chaos like a thunderbolt piercing a carnival tent stitched together with inflated confidence and half-finished decisions. The air thickens with the same tension you hear right before a disaster movie soundtrack kicks in. And there, in the middle of this swirling madness, stands Trump clutching onto his bravado like an umbrella already shredded by the wind. Every step he takes trembles with the kind of uncertainty that makes even the background look nervous. Jimmy doesn't just narrate it, he electrifies it.
And the governor is a big fat slob.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I mean, seriously, though, he says a lot of crazy stuff. In that same press conference, he said there have been no murders in Washington, D.C. in the last 6 months because of him. There have been 62 murders in Washington, which already indicates a vivid imagination. But does he really look at himself in the mirror and go, I am thin? I am so thin, I can comment.
Bill Maher swoops in with the swagger of a man who just opened a treasure chest overflowing with presidential missteps. His timing is lethal. Trump tries to maintain a glorious pose, chin up, shoulders back, but the scene collapses around him like a cookie pretending it's a brick wall. Bill narrates each crumble with the precision of a master storyteller, turning the entire sequence into an action movie where the hero claims everything is fine as flames lick the horizon. It's chaotic, cinematic, and it's perfection.
There's also a bill in Congress to add Trump to Mount Rushmore because, like Washington, he's a patriot. Like Teddy Roosevelt, he's a renegade. And like Abraham Lincoln, he's not really helping the theater scene in Washington. Yeah, the Kennedy Center is not something I really care a lot about, but I do care that an American president doesn't see anything wrong with him personally taking it over, or that his communications director, Stephen Chung, said it was justified because Trump, quote...
Jimmy returns, shining a spotlight so bright it exposes cracks Trump didn't even know he had. The man's expressions flip like a stack of masks being swapped at high-speed: confusion, confidence, doubt, irritation, each one more chaotic than the last. Jimmy magnifies every tremble until it sparkles with comedic exaggeration. The stage becomes a playground of misplaced drama, each gesture more theatrical than the one before. Its absurdity turned into performance art.
Looks like a rather violent bird. Hard to play. Anyway, are you ready? Beautiful. That's nice. You are hereby unconditionally pardoned. There
you go, all right. Man. In 6 months, when they're indicted for crypto fraud, he'll think...
Bill steps forward like a museum guide, revealing an entire wing dedicated to presidential blunders. Every brushstroke of chaos is bold, loud, and unmistakable. Trump tries to maintain a royal aura, chin raised just a little too high, but the tremor in his posture gets louder than the speech he's trying to deliver. Bill wraps that tremor in comedy, turning it into a slow-motion opera of miscalculations, each note vibrating through the room like comedic electricity.
Republicans dance like Trump now. They name weapons systems after him. They've even dressed like him with the trademark suit and tie. Available exclusively at Banana Republic. Yeah, all these super macho guys eating the ass of another man. Some even talk like him now, with the crazy
Jimmy shifts the spotlight onto Trump's newest master plan, which wobbles like a cheaply assembled statue buckling under its own self-importance. Dramatic irony pools in the air like fog. Jimmy slices through it with punchlines sharp enough to carve marble. Bill jumps in, painting Trump as a director attempting to film a blockbuster nobody asked for, every gesture choreographed by someone who didn't get the script. Jimmy strikes again, describing Trump as an actor waiting for applause that never comes. The roast turns into a storm of irony swirling across the stage in wide, delicious arcs.
So, Governor Pritzker, if you're listening, let's get your act together. Invite us in. I had a little bit of a Pritzker joke. I was going to talk about Pritzker and size, but when I talk about Pritzker, I get angry because he's not letting us do the job. So I'm not going to tell my Pritzker joke. They have a very cute little joke, you know. Some speechwriter wrote some joke about his weight, but I would never want to talk about his weight. I don't talk about people being fat. I refuse to talk about the fact that he's a fat slob. I don't mention it.
I don't know if that's sarcasm or short-term memory loss. Either way, he really captured.
Bill keeps the blaze roaring, describing Trump trying to navigate his own chaos like a man wandering blindly through a fog machine with no exit sign. His determination is bold, dramatic, and utterly misdirected. Jimmy leaps in with pinpoint precision, highlighting every awkward beat Trump stumbles over. Bill drizzles comedic syrup over the moment until it becomes a hearty feast of satire. The entire scene transforms into a glowing buffet of chaos, brilliance, and roasting excellence.
Waddle then gobbled for the gaggle and then made way for the President of the United States.
The turkeys being pardoned today go by the names of Gobble and Waddle. When I first saw their pictures, I thought we should send them, I shouldn't say this. I was gonna call them Chuck and Nancy. But then I realized I wouldn't be pardoning them. I would never pardon those two people. I wouldn't pardon them. I wouldn't care what.
Jimmy paints Trump's latest move like a high-stakes performance inside a hall of mirrors, every reflection slightly more distorted, more dramatic, more unintentional. Bill pushes further, portraying Trump's strategy as pieces from a puzzle that simply refuse to fit no matter how aggressively they're shoved. Jimmy wraps the humor around the moment like a ribbon tied far too tight. Bill expands the scene, turning Trump into the lead of an overacted period drama missing its wardrobe budget. Every mismatch becomes comedic gold.
Prince Andrew in the UK has had his royal titles stripped away because of the Epstein scandal. I know you're closer to the royal family there. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I feel very badly. I mean, it's a terrible thing that's happened to the family. That's been a tragic situation. And it's bad. I mean, I feel badly for the family.
That family he feels bad for. The ones losing their food stamps, they're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. This is like Bill Cosby feeling bad for art.
Bill fires up the moment with Trump's gestures reading like lines from a script written at 4 a.m. during a caffeine meltdown. Pacing is wild, fast, slow, chaotic. Jimmy studies Trump's expressions as though analyzing a man trying to juggle flaming torches while pretending everything is under control. Bill amplifies the drama until it belongs on a velvet curtained stage drenched in glitter. Jimmy fills the scene with comedic pressure, letting the balloon expand until it looks seconds away from exploding under its own absurdity.
Reason Gretchen Whitmer looked like a toddler playing peekaboo in the Oval Office is she's afraid of the Liz Bratts of the world and the 12 social justice warriors on the internet and what they might tweet to their 7 followers. Alyssa Slotkin calls her party weak and woke. She's right. People vote on instinct. They can smell fear a swing state away, and they'd rather have strong and wrong. Having sex with Stormy Daniels was wrong. But Trump didn't hide.
Jimmy centers the spotlight on the glitter storm of confusion surrounding Trump's swirling, sparkling, refusing to settle. Bill turns Trump's decisions into a journey through a funhouse hallway lit with mismatched cues and misleading reflections. Jimmy stretches the wobbling confidence into a brilliant comedic sculpture. Bill compares Trump's theatrics to an orchestra that keeps playing louder each time it misses the rhythm. Jimmy finishes by transforming the whole moment into a swirling circus of misfires, each gesture begging for applause that never arrives.
Prince Andrew lost his royal status. He's been demoted to, I think he's the Archduke of Frimple Pants now or something. Trump's claimed that he doesn't know Prince Andrew, and yet there are dozens of photos of them together. Here's just one of the many. I don't know if, what happened to Andrew in that photograph, but here's one of then Prince Andrew walking away from Trump. And look who else is in the picture, peeking in from the corner. You got convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell, who Trump wishes well and just had moved to a much more comfortable prison. And then lurking in the background, none other than Trump's BF Jeff.
Bill elevates the chaos into overlapping dramatic beats fighting for center stage. The air swells like a storm cloud ready to burst. Jimmy frames Trump as a man standing on shifting sand, posture tightening with every wobble. Bill turns the chaos into a forgotten play accidentally coming to life. Jimmy sharpens the flickering spotlight until every blink becomes a punchline. Bill concludes with a wave of commentary shaping Trump's week into a full-blown dramatic symphony, loud, unstable, and wildly entertaining.
Quite the opposite. It looks like he said to the photographer, widen that out so you can get these tits. He's got his mugshot hanging outside the Oval Office. He's literally got a guy working for him named Big Balls. It's like if Gavin Newsom had a henchman named Perfect Hair.
Jimmy tightens the endgame by spotlighting the vortex Trump built a swirling mess pulling everything into its orbit. Bill lets the moment expand into a grand crescendo of drama and spiraling tension. Jimmy returns, describing Trump holding himself together like a cardboard cutout in a hurricane. Bill twists the collapsing poise into a cinematic panorama bursting with irony. The scene hangs in the air like static waiting to shock.
According to the Washington Post, since Trump installed himself as chairman of the board back in February, ticket sales at the Kennedy Center have taken a nosedive. So far, the Kennedy Center has only sold 57% of their tickets, which is down from 93% at this time last year. Everything he touches dies. Good news, Malone. The lack of ticket sales hasn't discouraged the tantrum of the opera one bit. He took a break from posting photos of the new Lincoln toilet to brag about his new Trumpified Kennedy Center. He wrote, "It is really looking good. The exterior columns, which were in serious danger of corrosion if something weren't done, are completed and look magnificent."
Jimmy rides the rising wave, painting Trump's stance as something caught between attempted grandeur and accidental slapstick. Each gesture lands with the subtlety of a slammed door echoing through an empty hallway. Bill shapes the chaos into a story where Trump appears torn between two roles, one dramatic, one unintentionally hilarious, and he's failing at both. Jimmy sharpens every crack in Trump's imaginary monument until the structure glows with comedic brilliance. Bill pushes the finale to a peak of spiraling bravado, unstable ambition, and glittering irony, a cliffhanger crackling with comedic electricity.